Just one little niggling caveat. You gotta hit him.
On the plus side, there's also two level 2 slots.
I got 2 slots for 3rd level. All right.
Sadly, you can't put in secondary things, I don't think, for your class.
Sadly, some people only get 2 level 3 spells.
Oh no, I get at least at level 17. I get a slot for 9. Haha, ha 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 ha.
Joke's on you! I'm now a rogue! I'm kidding, I'm
All right, cool.
Hey.
I think you get even fewer slots than a druid.
yeah. Yeah, I'm still a druid, and I'm not...
Good
not
job.
changing.
Okay, let me see if I
Congrats.
remember how to do this.
Look at that. Another 5 HP.
4, 3, 2.
Let's see, what is my hit dice? Is it
1,
1d8? I think it's 1d8.
2.
I am now a warlock, and I'll take care of all that stuff tomorrow.
I've got destroy undead now. How's that gonna work?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, hey there, this shadowed entity. Destroy undead. Oh, that's fine.
Come
Yeah,
again?
that's the end of the fight.
It has to be undead.
I'm not sure he's considered undead.
If he
try that.
is, there goes the fight.
Turn undead feature the creatures of the. Well, I guess I need to tack on turn undead.
Okay, so...
Alright, so I got to do my level up. Flesh
Oh
armor
wait, is
bound.
that a second channel divinity, or do I have to choose between the two of them?
Oh well.
Shit, because I really don't want to give up Radiance of the Dawn. Too badass.
So, Hockey, I haven't done multi-classing in a while. How does the spell casting work?
There's a whole section on that.
There is.
You're going Warlock, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Warlock is different from every other class. When you add up your spell casting classes, you only add up according to the other classes. Warlock is not counted in that at all. So your Warlock spell slots will recharge, of course, in the short rest,
Yeah.
and your Bard on the long rest.
All right.
I play
So-
Warlock, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Cool. So basically, they're like 2 separate entities, but I'm controlling one person. That's fine.
Yes, now what you can do, I believe, I know you can do this with Sorcerer, is you can cast a Bard spell with your Warlock slot, or a Warlock spell with your Bard slot. So when you
Oh,
pick up
okay.
Hex right now, you can cast those with your Bard slots.
That's what I was thinking. I've got a lot of ideas in my mind right now.
What are you going to go? Are you going to go Fey, Fiend, or Old One?
If you
Well,
couldn't tell,
considering he
already,
just met his patron, he's gonna go
Yeah.
old one.
I met my
Oh.
patron down there.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's why things were kind of awkward and weird.
Okay, I'm sorry then. Now that all makes sense.
No, I probably could have done a better job explaining stuff, but
No, you
Here's the
didn't
thing.
have to explain it to me. I obviously wouldn't have
Yeah.
understood.
Yep.
Here's the thing: if you
And I
were to
reacted
figure
just
stuff
like
out
my gnome
fast-
wanted to react, in that he was worried about Ultimar Cove this entire time. He really didn't care about this little spaceship or this little inn or nothing. He was worried about the town that's about to be overrun by a hobgoblin army.
I don't have 3 proficiency. This is gonna fuck me up a little bit.
Oh well, take the good with the bad.
No, here's the thing. I'm trying to put my stuff into the sheet, but because they're not like the big, really elaborate ones, you can't do that. So I have to have like a Bard sheet level 4, and I can't put to level 5. Yeah, or because then it actually changes the proficiency stuff for it. It's kind of weird.
you could always just make your own macros, though.
Yeah. I can just keep it in my mind that I'm level 1 for Warlock. Alright, yay. We got levels, and I got a lot of bullshit to go through.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. Okay, I just realized that Reed's gonna get even more bullshit if he can hit.
And no, now it's explained sort of in the books. Levels 1 through 4, you're sort of, earning your keep, learning your ways, your classes, and become maybe sort of a local hero. Maybe the small town knows of you or whatnot. Once you hit about level 5 and get into those type of adventures, that's when larger regions start taking notice of you. That's where local lords and ladies will start penning your name down and keeping you as sort of either a target or a prospect to recruit. Getting above level 7 or 8, you start becoming affecting kingdoms and continental type stuff.
So wait, you mean more
level 5 is a big step.
You mean more renowned and bigger than fighting an interdimensional old one in a spaceship?
Yeah, because who knows about that right now?
Yeah.
It's you guys.
Good point.
You got to make that song.
I mean,
think
that's like
also-
And
Ariana
Most
and-
of your adventuring time will be spent between the levels of like 5 to 10, because after 10 you start fighting really big monsters and the experience comes faster. So like 5 to 10 is usually the meat of the adventuring career.
Also, that demonic bookkeeper you made a pact with, I'm sure he'd love to hear about this.
He probably would. But I haven't gotten back to him yet.
Just let you know.
He's not demonic. He's just a very, very thorough person. Do I get... So, spells from Warlock are different from the spells that I get from Bard. Do I take the sheet spells from Warlock, or do I take that from a different listing?
You take
So
listings from each. So there's a certain amount of spells you can memorize for Bard, a certain amount that you can memorize for Warlock.
Right. And at level 1 it's 2 spells and 2 cantrips.
And plus the cantrips.
Which I highly recommend. Eldritch Blast is one of them.
Eldritch Blast, I'm
They
going to
go
grab
to.
because it's fucking bullshit.
And for your level 1 spells, I highly recommend one of them is Hex. Beyond that, it's up to you. Like when I do the Fae, so I like to take Hex, Fairy Fire, and Sleep as my level 1 spells. Because they level up as you level up. So if you cast them with like a higher level spell slot, you can cause more hit points for the sleep to happen. Or Fairy Fire is always.
I wonder what Hockey is gonna like do the conclusion as.
Yeah.
Right.
After conclusion, we're just getting started, man.
I don't know, as in like you know how he does the end of the episodes and stuff.
Oh, that. Okay, I know.
Yeah, like after encountering the world's first alien and brutally murdering them in typical human fashion.
Yeah, I was worried we were going to come back out of there and it was going to be like a week and a half later. We get news that Ultimate Cove is destroyed.
Reed, Zixo, I have wonderful news.
Mm-hmm.
Because I chose the light domain and we just hit 5th level, I know Fireball now.
Yeah, but you know what? There's only one of us here who can shape that fireball around other people and not hurt them.
I'm more than aware, and I'm still so excited.
He's going to detonate it on himself.
Oh, you got to! I know it hits me, but goddamn right, I'm
You
gonna
say
do
that
at least
in
once.
just in the game I played right before this game. We went in with a cleric who had Shatter, and he pulled a move. I think it's a War Cleric where you can maximize your damage or something.
Oh,
Or
no.
there's some cleric where you can maximize your damage for a spell. And he pulled that on the Shatter and shattered himself down to 2 hit points, and all the other mobs around him weren't affected really.
I don't know what's going on, but I can't.
Who did that?
That was in the game I played right before this one.
That's too funny. But no, if anything, now I can assault while I'm trying to cover the distance, and I finally got an area spell that doesn't use my channel divinity. So that's.
Hey, Hockey, can you can see my my character sheet, right?
Hmm?
I'd like you to just look at the bullshit that I'm able to pull off now.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Just because I think you'll appreciate this. Even though I'm going to have to find some in-character reason to make it work, I think you're going to appreciate that second spell.
So your spells is what I'm looking at?
Yeah, look at my tier 2 spells.
Okay.
So do you see what I'm seeing? Specifically, that second one.
I see magic weapon. Is that what you're talking
Yes. So, because that's a bonus action too.
Anyway,
about? Right, but
thanks
you've already
for
got a
that, guys.
magic weapon.
That's a good session. I'll see you guys
Well, yeah, but I
around
think
next week.
if I'm gathering
Alright,
correctly,
yeah,
how many
yeah,
bonus actions do you get per turn?
One.
You get one. Okay. So
Bicycle.
he can. Magic weapon lasts for an hour, so he can stack that on top of divine favor and with double attack.
But you already have a magic weapon, so this wouldn't work on your longsword.
Really? Okay.
You touch a non-magical weapon.
Oh, okay. So I misunderstood what +1 actually means. Okay.
Right. The weapon becomes a magic weapon with a +1 bonus. So even if it could affect an already magical weapon, it would still make it a +1 bonus weapon.
Got
Just
it.
like you were saying.
Okay, so when D&D says like a longsword +1, it is indicating this is not like a really good longsword. This is specifically a magical weapon.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Well, it'll still be fun. Could I... Okay, hold on. When it says weapon, if I choose to use my shield as a weapon, can I get a +1 shield?
Sure. But it would only work on attack rolls and damage.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work on AC or anything.
Oh yeah, of course.
Try,
it's a fun idea. The spell didn't work the way I thought it would, but that's a fun idea, and I don't know what other level 2 I'd want to use right now, so...
Yes. Guess what, guys? You get to hear my voice in your mind now.
I'm sorry, come again?
Warlock, under the Great Old One stuff, Awakened Mind, starting at first level, your alien knowledge gives you the ability to touch the minds of other creatures. You can communicate telepathically with any creature you see within 30 feet of you.
Can't we resist that?
Please tell me there's a
No.
DC save on that.
Yeah. Can't we
No.
say
Resist
no?
it.
No, you cannot resist that. He can't read your
Alright.
thoughts, but he can put his thoughts into your mind.
I'm gonna
Yep.
just draw a line of sand right now. You stay out of my head unless it's a...
He's
You
going to
understand
start
me?
singing
Yes.
songs and ditties
Man,
in your head.
unfortunately, I took the wrong oath.
Okay, you know what? Dretan,
Just
you know what?
Get
You
30
wanna...
feet away from him and it won't do work anymore. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
we all
keep
need
your
30-foot
distance from him.
rods. And you can't get any closer.
Dretan, I'll make a deal with you. You stay out of my head unless it's necessary, and I won't be chucking fireballs behind my shoulder when you're not looking. How's that sound? Or, sorry, fireballs, not bolts. Even better.
It sounds like you have something to hide.
I don't like you. I really don't like you in my head.
Well, guess what? It's
Yeah?
too bad.
All right, you know what? Everyone here heard my warning.
Well, guess what? You don't know about this in game yet.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a little nibbler about how Adrik will take that news.
It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything is awesome.
You know what's gonna happen is if you do that, Reed's gonna continuously, every time he gets a chance, cast Zone of Truth around you.
You as in who?
Dretan.
Yeah,
Especially
all
when
right,
he's
but-
talking to ladies that he wants to hit on. Every time.
Well, guess what? I don't need to lie to get people to love me.
Oh, it's not that I don't need you to lie. It's that there are things that you're not going to be allowed to say, like, man, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met, or you look really lovely tonight.
Now, Tertan, have you given thought to what your level 3 Pact of the Chain familiar
have.
will be? Is it going to be Sprite?
Well, I didn't choose chain.
Oh, what are you going to choose?
Well, I haven't. Here's the thing. I'll choose it when I get to it. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Okay, well, just read the Heart Sight ability of a Sprite, and that might fit up your alley. Might match your personality. It gives you the ability to know things about your friends and family and such.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I just want you to know, you are not my friend. I just want to, let's define that right now.
Guess what?
Anything that the sprite touches, she learns the current emotional state, and if they fail a DC check, she can learn their alignment also.
Current emotional state:
Oh.
pissed off at Dretan, pissed off at Dretan's sprite.
And the sprite can be invisible almost 100% of the time and flies.
So I'm a bit dumb, but I just realized I've had the Turn Undead Channel Divinity the entire time. Huh.
Yeah.
All right. And does
Anyway, guys,
that share with the one I've already got?
Yeah, it uses up one of your channel divinity ticks.
Okay, cool.
after sharing that information, I'm gonna be going off now.
All right,
Yep.
well,
All
catch
right,
you
see
later,
you,
man. See you, Steph.
I gotta go to sleep too. Right off.
I don't think I
See ya, James.
get an additional
Okay,
channel
guys.
divinity, unfortunately. I think I only get one.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, man,
And
it's
I'm
good to
gonna-
have you back.
Yeah, glad you're back, man.
Good night, guys.
Good
Good
night.
night to
Sleep
you.
well.
No, it's just evening for me. But good night
Oh.
to you guys.
Well, it will you will eventually sleep. Sleep well when you do. Yeah, I only get one divinity. Oh well.
I think you eventually get 2.
I'm not seeing anything about it, but it may be in a part that I'm not reading. Like, I'm not specifically seeing. Maybe that's... Yeah, it doesn't... Well, I mean, I don't know if I get another Channel Divinity option, but it doesn't look like I get another charge. Looks like it's just the one. It's kind of cool, though.
You only get the 1?
Yeah, I get my 2 options, Nature's Wrath and Turn the Faithless, and I'm not seeing anything about an extra Channel Divinity charge. Let me check the table.
I'm gonna have to spend some time clipping away at that, because I can absolutely summarize all that nonsense.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about an additional charge. It looks like it's just the one.
When do I get another charge for Channel Divinity? Check that out. Oh, level 6.
Where does it say it for yours? Does it say it in the
I-
table?
Yeah, the cleric table, I'm looking at her features, and it says, ability score improvement, destroy undead, CR 1/2, Channel Divinity 2 per rest, divine domain feature.
Yeah, apparently Paladin doesn't get that. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
only
no,
charge.
because you're...
Which is understandable.
which sort of makes sense, yeah,
Yeah.
because you're more martial focused. The cleric is more support spell focused.
Exactly.
So.
No,
I
that's
wouldn't
absolutely
have
understandable.
known that based on my behavior.
No, clerics in 5e are pretty tanky. I mean,
Well,
you get a 18 AC war cleric with a couple feats, and suddenly it's 20 AC with ridiculous constitution, and it's game over, man. You can't even hit that sucker.
especially War Cleric also automatically gets the shield spell, doesn't he? If I remember correctly.
And they automatically get warcasting as well. So
Yeah, they nuts.
I think I'm going to enjoy having this, 'cause I know exactly what's going to happen next session after a long rest. Reed's going to use, as they leave, Reed's going to accidentally use Find Steed. And if Dretan starts getting, like, jealous about it, he's going to specifically make fun of Dretan for a while over it. I don't know what his steed's going to be, but...
And just so I understand this, my domain gave me 2 3-level spells just for having it, and I have 2 slots, so I can pray to my god at the beginning of the day after a long rest, and fill in up to that number of potential slots.
So are you talking about your spells that are prepared or your slots?
My spells that are prepared. I was wondering because it gave me 2 because my domain, but am I able to say, hey, I don't want to prepare either of those. So can I friend my god and pull from the cleric spell table anything from there that's level 3 and have those prepared?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Those are available to you.
Oh,
Now
okay.
that you're level 3 caster.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
Plus, check your domain as well. Oh no,
Yeah.
I guess that would be 5th. Oh
Yeah.
no, some of them
No.
have 3rd level spells.
Domain gave me Fireball and Daylight. I don't really need Daylight. I'm probably gonna drop that and see if I can pick something else up.
Oh, I'm in.
You'll say that until we come across some like vampires or something.
Well, I have my Channel Divinity and Fireballs. Actually, our party has a lot of fire now that I think about it, like a lot.
I lied. I'm not taking a magic weapon. I found a better spell that I was thinking of earlier, anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest because that would just be a waste of a spell,
Yeah.
prepared spell for you.
Well, I just realized the one that I was thinking of last time, anyways, when I was looking at my spell list that I wasn't that I was thinking about. It's got to be Misty Step because that's just too cool.
Oh yes,
Oh, it's badass.
that's a good one.
So random 2 teleportations I got to do for no particular reason.
As a bonus action, if I remember correctly.
I gotta look at that.
Pretty sure,
It's
yeah.
just
See,
it's badass.
And the Fine Steed. So if I'm reading this correctly, so because it has enough intelligence and I can talk to it, in general, we're not even talking about an animal handling to ride the damn thing at this point. It just does what you want, to a certain degree.
Well, you don't need animal handling anyways. You can have proficiency in mounted vehicles, in land vehicles type stuff, but that has more to do with carts and those type of things.
So I mean, I remember from like I think it was 3.5. There's specifically a skill to ride or something like that. So
Right, you needed it's basically 2 skills because you needed a skill to like get to know the creature and have it trust you, and then a skill to actually ride it.
and so I don't see anything like
And
that. So I was assuming that got bundled into something now.
I'll review the DMG in a minute, but according to Chapter 8, I think you can just ride.
So I'm trying to see, is this sounds like a fun thing, and it goes along with my mental image of what a paladin is. You know, cool magical steed.
Sure, yeah.
The steed is actually very cool because you can ride it in combat.
Yeah, and
it'll do whatever you say, and you'll have control of it like you wouldn't have over a normal horse. Like, if you want to make a normal horse do something that's like a strange maneuver in combat, then the DM might make you do an animal handling check to see if you successfully do it.
yeah, and this one.
But otherwise, a war horse is bred for war, so you can do it without making checks.
What ability is the animal handling under?
Wisdom.
Animal handling
Wisdom?
is
Okay.
wisdom. Yeah.
So yeah, that would be it then. Yeah.
See, that's kind of interesting. And then also, this thing could potentially go places that you would not take another horse. Like, we could take it down into a place like that with us.
Yes, and right, because you can resummon it.
Yep. It's as a spell, and it doesn't wear off. If it dies, just resummon it.
Right, it's like a fey creature.
Yeah. Now, can it... I know it says that you attack as one when you're mounted. Can you dismount and it can still attack? Does it let you do that?
Right, so when you summon it, I think you summon it as a war horse.
You choose what type it is.
Right, so you choose a war horse because that's the one with the best stats, I think.
I think it would potentially
type of
depend.
horses.
There's warhorse, pony, camel, elk, mastiff, plus
Or I can allow
potentially
other
more
animals.
if you argue with DM. Yeah.
Right, like in the campaign I run tomorrow, I let my guy take the war horse stats, but let him reskin it as a wolf.
Interesting. Okay.
So, alright.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing, and apparently, you know, if you want to, you can just release the steed and get a different one if you so choose, it looks like. Or is it permanent? I can't quite tell. It seems to be saying both.
You can't have more than one steed bonded by this spell at any time. As an action, you can release the steed from its bond at any time, causing it to disappear.
Okay, so that's not just canceling the spell. That is, you can choose a different steed as necessary, is what it sounds like.
Think of it like World of Warcraft when you dismiss your animal pet as a hunter. I don't know if you've ever played a hunter.
I haven't, but I understand what you're saying.
Right. So you can dismiss it, but it's still your active pet, so you can just call it really fast, or you can release it and it goes away permanently.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That's really useful. So I think that's actually going to be a thing, because
That's a cool spell.
it's a very cool spell, and I like that idea.
Warhorse movement is what, 50 or 60? So you can do their movement and then a dash on their turn, which does not interrupt your movement. So you can be all over this field on a warhorse.
A warhorse is 60.
It's huge.
Right. So you can have the warhorse move and then take the dodge action in case anybody tries to attack the warhorse instead of you. It would be disadvantaged. Or you can just have the warhorse move in, dash, and move again, getting you up to the combat right away. You know, that's 120 feet.
Yeah. So if the warhorse dashes, that doesn't take my entire turn?
Nope. The warhorse gets to do any action it wants except the attack action while you're riding it.
Okay, so but
Well, actually, no, that's not true. Sorry, it's listed in mounted combat. I would read mounted combat.
yeah, let me look that
under
up.
combat.
Because I'm liking this idea. This seems like it would be a fun thing to have. But apparently it's just under combat. Okay. Good to know. Where's combat?
What's really nice about that spell is you can, just resummon a new mountain if it dies. Whereas
it's a 10-minute cast time, though, so you're not doing it in combat.
No, you're not doing it in combat, but you're not having to go rebuy a horse after every combat.
Right. And conveniently for our situation, it means that we now have a riding pony that we can have, or like not riding, a pack pony or pack mule or something like that, because we will have an additional something or other.
Once during your move, you can mount a creature that is within 5 feet of you or dismount. Doing so costs an amount of movement equal to half your speed. If an effect moves your mount against its will while you're on it, you must succeed on a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall off the mount, landing prone in a space within 5 feet of it. If your mount is knocked prone, you can use your reaction to dismount it as it falls and land on your feet. Otherwise, you are dismounted and fall prone in a space within 5 feet. Controlling a mount. While you're mounted, you have two options. You can either control the mount or allow it to act independently. Intelligent creatures such as dragons act independently. You can control a mount only if it has been trained to accept a rider. Domesticated horses, donkeys, and similar creatures are assumed to have such training. The initiative of a controlled mount changes to match yours when you mount it. It moves as you direct it, and it has only 3 action options: dash, disengage, and dodge. A controlled mount can move and act even on the turn that you mount it. An independent mount retains its place in the initiative order. Bearing a rider puts no restrictions on the action and moves and attacks as it wishes. It might flee from combat, rush to attack, and devour badly injured foe, or otherwise act against your wishes. In either case, if the mount provokes an opportunity attack while you're on it, the attacker can target you or the mount. So it doesn't. It says dash, disengage, and dodge.
Yeah. So it can do that. Okay, so here's the.
So the assumption there is that it has its own action economy then.
Yeah. And then that was the other question. So can I choose? Because apparently this thing's gonna have its own hit points, its own stats. Because it can understand me, can I choose to say disengage and tell it to attack when I am not mounted?
That has to be an intelligent creature.
Well, it's considered to be if your steed has intelligence of 5 or less until it becomes 6, and it gains the ability to understand one language of your choice. So does that put it to a point where it's allowed to act like that?
Yeah, well, it assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed. So,
because I mean, even normal horses can be, taught to, strike, for example. Usually rearing back and striking out with hooves. So is that something that you could tell it to do in a pinch? It'd probably be a bad idea, but...
I would say yes. There's nothing in the spell that's telling me no.
Interesting. Because I kind of imagined any time Zixo could tell could sick Zoe on something. I mean, Mastiff's a huge dog. I don't know
Well,
if he'd ever want to, but
he would have to train it to do that. Zoe is a normal mastiff that's been trained to ride. She hasn't been trained to attack yet. So he would have to use an action to give her a command to do that. Others, like rangers or something, as they get further along and get further into their bond, they can use bonus actions to tell their pets to attack.
war horses
if you were to
actually
have-
have an attack.
Right, they have
They have a hoof
they'd have
attack.
stats. Same with the mastiff and same with an elk and a camel and whatnot. They have attacks.
Yeah.
Right. So if you were to dismount and your horse were left to its own design, it would be taken over by the GM, and he would determine what the horse's natural instincts would be.
Unless he gave a
Yeah,
command.
that's what I'm curious. If I
Now,
specifically
his special horse, right, is a special case.
Yeah.
Where he can probably command that because he has a link to it, like a familiar.
But that would still take your action to use a command to have your horse attack.
Okay, so we're not talking like the bonus just, attack as a statement. You're saying that would be my attack for the turn.
Okay. Without something that's specifically telling me you're allowed to make an attack as a bonus action, it defaults to an action to make your, in this case, a pet attack.
Yeah.
Right. There's a difference in that, like if you were to have a bag of tricks where you pull an animal from it, it's written specifically there that you can issue a general order that it follows, so you don't have to issue orders every turn.
Gotcha.
But that's specifically with the bag of tricks.
Okay.
And I'll do some more research. I'll Google and see what people have been saying. But I would assume that this is a second level spell. I don't think it's meant to give a paladin a permanent attacking pet.
It's a good question.
Man, I mean, yeah, pretty.
What you can do is you can dismount. You can send the pet around, like next to it, and tell it to assist you, so that you have advantage on your attacks.
Man, my
You
hardest.
order it. It just has to distract him, so it just kind of feints or whatever, and then it gives you an advantage on your first attack.
Yeah.
So, James, you said you're a cleric or a support character. You've kind of narrowed it down, or just grabbed a handful of third level spells that are really tasty. It's Dispel Magic, Magic Circle, Revivify, and Spirit Guardians. Any of those really stick out as great for you?
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, because that one I could see you just being an asshole wading through enemies and just doing dumb damage, and then their turns and they get hit.
Now, what's the material component for the revive?
Revivify. It's diamonds worth 300 gold pieces, which you can.
Right, so that would be a spell that we want, but if we don't have enough gold to, buy diamonds to revive somebody.
Yeah, no point in having it queued up at the moment.
Right, so in other words, you have that available to you any morning you want. What might be important is to look at the first or second level spell. What is it? It's the one where you put 2 pennies on their eyes.
General Repose.
General Repose. So what happens is if you don't have revive in your book, what you have is General Repose in your book. So in case
Isn't that
somebody
the
goes
one
down
that,
and they actually die,
it doesn't it
cast
freeze
General
them?
Repose. Yes.
All right, that one I am familiar. There was one that you said like, "Hey, pick it up." Prayer of Healing, I think.
Yeah, that's second level spell.
Yeah, I remember you being very clear that hey, you should look into that a bit more.
Well, it depends on what our adventuring beat's going to be, right? If it's going to be a situation where we're going to be able to get through without having to go, or like if we can't take short rests, then we need prayer of healing. But if we can take a short rest, or if we can only take, or if we run out of hit die, right, then we need prayer of healing because that's the only way to really heal the party.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do have to go to sleep now. It's
Yep.
4:30 or something.
Adios, amigo.
Good night, everyone.
See you, James.
Goodbye.
It's gonna be an interesting level.
Oh, tell me about it.
Let's see what horses do we get? We got.
There's 3 draft horse. Well, Kai doesn't have a horse at this point. He just sort of appeared.
Didn't he say he was getting a horse? I'm pretty sure you gave him that option. He chose to buy a horse.
No, that was
Oh,
Psycho.
no, that was
Psycho
Psycho.
came late.
yeah,
That's right.
that was Psycho. And then
Kai's
Kai
been
came
gone the
back
last
from
2
his
weeks.
trip.
Mhm. He just sort of appeared next to you guys at the
Well-
cave.
Well, GM, the way I see it, the only ones to know that are James if he's paying attention to us. So as long as he doesn't bring,
And
as long
everybody's
as
watching the-
Kai doesn't bring it up,
Everybody's watching the recording.
Yeah.
no,
No, it's
we're not going to be that huge of assholes. I hope.
Well, but remember, we're if. So I am putting the mount in the spell slot because I really like the idea of him just
yeah.
getting the
So
horse.
if you
So we're
if
gonna
you
have that mule available.
yeah.
So it's gonna solve itself.
Well, no, the mule is Dretan's.
Okay, then we're gonna have a whatever I was
draft
riding,
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, a draft horse.
So we'll have a spare one of those. That's gonna solve itself. Very interesting.
I gotta go to sleep, guys.
I'm feeling that same
Good
way.
night.
Great session. Appreciate it as
Hey,
always.
thank you.
Very good job, Hockey.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later.
See you later.
Adios. See you next week.
Peace.